everybody. I'm here today with Michael Stevens, Coordinator of Inclusion and Belonging at the Bartram campus, and we're going to talk a little bit about the recent middle school alt day that we had that focused on belonging. So welcome. Really excited to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So tell me a little bit about the process of putting that day together, and then what happened, and how you felt it went.
Well, it started before I got there. The multicultural leadership team did a good job on envisioning a Bowles campus that was made it free for everyone to feel like they could be their authentic selves, and they came up with these belong norms. If they could envision a campus where everyone was welcome, everyone was comfortable, it would be because of these norms, the belonging norms, building each other up, opening one's perspective, BEL, listening to understand, opening one's mind, noticing one's impact on the other, and giving grace. And because of those norms, we decided to kind of craft the alt day around finding ways where our students and our staff can actually practice these norms and live in these norms. And so we came up with activities and went from there. It was a blast.
Yeah,
Loved it.
I was there in the morning and I saw, there was a lot of work that went into it. People were setting up all over, and then you had a little bit of the weather that came through. But I think the core base of it was doing work through the advisories, right?
Right. Well, we actually put 3 advisories together,
Okay.
6th, 7th, and 8th grade advisory together.
Oh, nice.
From my understanding, it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't.
But it worked well. They had an opportunity to not only meet new faculties, but meet new students that they never met before.
Yeah.
And that's one part of the work of inclusion is connecting with one another. And that was an awesome way, an awesome way to do it. Did you try the human chair?
I did not.
Oh, you would have loved it.
Tell me.
I didn't
What
try
was
it. It was capturing what it feels like to be supported
Okay.
by one another, and the object was forming a circle and sitting down at the same time into the lap of the person behind you.
Yes, I've seen that. Being a version of their authentic self.
Yeah.
I think is really important because regardless of how you feel about that, all of the research shows that if you feel a sense of belonging,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel that you're included in your educational experience, your educational outcomes are going to be vastly better than if you feel like you don't belong.
Yeah, and not only in academia, but your social life and your personal life. No one wants to feel like I'm only here because somebody dropped me off.
Sure.
And I'm only here because somebody needs an audience to lecture to.
Right.
And to feel like you belong somewhere is the best feeling in the world.
It is. It is. And it's also really, this is why we're glad you're here. This is really hard to do at the middle school level because that's the age where you're starting to really figure out who you are, and it's an important process that we're going through. It's an important process that we're going to continue. This is just one single step, but as they say, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. You got to start somewhere.
It's definitely a process. It's not a moment in time, but it's a collection of moments,
Sure.
and how we take advantage of those moments.
Well, and if it spins off in any way, even just with seeing different interactions with how kids interact with each other on campus, if it changes that even one little bit, then it's been totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
So looking ahead, obviously we said that this is part of a process. What are, as you dream, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but as you think of additional things, I think we should do this again, obviously again, and then what are some of the other things that we might be doing at Bartram?
Finding moments to connect with one another, spontaneous-ish moments to come together and just meet each other.
Sure.
We have a lot of students, a lot of faculty on staff, and man, just to get together, share ideas, share moments will be nice. I would like to see a center of compassion and care started from a middle school perspective,
Sure.
where people in the community can come and experience it, and from it would be like a platform of going out into the community to share compassion with one another.
Yeah, serving others is definitely a step to reflecting on your own self-belonging.
Oh yeah.
And then also thinking ahead, in terms of as we, at the middle school, it's not a mini version of high school. I mean, that's really important for people to understand. It is its own place, and we've got it on its own campus specifically for that. But there is a degree of you're laying a foundation of work for how we want things to be in the high school. So are you working with the high school team? Is there any future plans to do that? And you work closely with Twyla.
I'm working real closely with Twyla, and pretty soon all of the multicultural leadership teams will be doing things together, and the coordinators of those teams will be working closely together with certain things. I do believe that middle school is that foundation for high school. This is my first experience with middle school. Usually in the elementary level, and I see the connection between elementary and middle school, and it's exciting to like kind of be part of this foundation of middle school to high school.
For sure, yeah. Middle school, I mean, it's a challenging time, but it's also an area of huge potential growth. I mean, you see this real transformations that can take place, and I'm really glad that you're here and that you're leading those efforts. I think they're really important. I think that it's easy to hyper focus on the academics, which are super important, but slowing the pace down every once in a while to do things like you did with the alt day, that actually might be more memorable. And that might be, they go hand in hand, as we said.
Yeah, I can't remember a day of my middle school education life, but I remember teachers who pulled me aside and cared for me and build relationships with me, and that's kind of what we're trying to do at the middle school.
I think every school is trying to do that. I mean, that's a priority, but I mean, our standalone campus and our size really give middle schoolers, one of the things I've always been impressed with, it gives them the opportunity to be their true selves, because they're not looking over their shoulder to see if the big kids are paying attention.
That's good.
And I do think that we have a very strong faculty and staff that are there that have chosen specifically to work with middle school students. And I think that that's really important, and I think that my philosophy is we're doing a great job, but we're not going to rest on those laurels. There's always ways we can get better, and it takes conscious effort working together as a faculty, working together as as advisors with the students to do that. But the future is really, really bright.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited, and I can't feel any more welcome.
That's awesome. Well, that's a perfect transition, because I wanted to ask you, this is your first, not even a year. I mean, it's your first set of months here at Bowles. How has the transition been?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, it is an absolute pleasure to be part of this community. I mean, everyone's been wonderful. I feel like I belong.
There you go.
And I didn't have to sit in a circle on anybody else.
That's true.
But I feel like it's good. It's a good feeling.
Well, we're super excited that you're here. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
And let's just keep driving forward. And thanks to everybody out there for all that you do.
Thank you.